I'm back. This is the continuation of our video demonstration on how to assemble an audio amplifier, a 50 watts plus 50 watts stereo amplifier. Let's start. Open the chassis and start attaching the potentiometer for volume controls, tone control, and balance. You will need to tighten the lock or the nut of the controls. Since you are done with the front panel, continue with the back panel. Attach the speaker terminal, power supply terminals, and the input terminals. So this is where we are going to connect the speaker, the power source, then the input. Okay, and here is our volume control, then the balance, treble, and bass. Then here is our on off. Okay, inside there it is. So we need to do the wiring connections for the amplifier. Now let us prepare the terminals. Okay, by soldering them, placing When you are done preparing the terminals at the back panel, continue with the front panel's control and switch. Connect or solder the terminals for the Wiring connections of the input and output terminals on the PCB. After soldering terminals on the PCB, you can start to place your circuit board on the chassis and start determining the length of wire that you need for the controls at the front panel. After cutting the wire and preparing the edges, start connecting it to the controls at the front panel. You can color code the wires so that it can facilitate the easy connection later on the PCB. Now it's done. When you are done wiring the connections of the front panel control, put back the circuit board on the PCB. Do the necessary adjustment to fit the board on the chassis. Continue the wiring of connections for the back panel input terminals. Use the shielded wire for the input connections. Continue the wiring connections for the speaker terminals. Again, use the shielded wire. The red terminals on the speaker terminal are the positive outputs and the negative for black. While for the
Now
connections of power
it's
supply
for the
terminal,
power supply.
one of its
Power
wire must
switch.
connect first to the power switch before connecting it to the circuit board. The switch is used for turning on and off the amplifier circuit. To beautify your project and make it more presentable, you may label the controls on the front panel as well as the input and output terminals at the back. Congratulations to all of you, and I hope you enjoyed learning and assembling your project. Peace and all good.